Marcus Lang from 98 KUPD and Into the Pit on Sunday nights. Hanging out here with the Summer Slaughter, and so many awesome bands on the bill right now. And I have the privilege to talk to Rob Barrett from Cannibal Corpse. How are you doing, man?
All right.
And I know it's just the beginning of the tour. How are you getting a feel? Are you still starting to just kind of ramping up for everything?
No, we're pretty much, business as usual. Just doing our hour set. Long days, waiting to play. A lot of bands.
Is it difficult to get back to bus life? Because I hear a lot of bands always complain about the bus. So you got a nice one.
It's better than a van.
True.
I'm not complaining. We got AC on there, so there's space for everyone.
Yeah. So
I'm used to it.
As long as you got the AC, you're golden. So.
Yeah.
Have there been any bands on the tour here that have been kind of glomming on you? Because, you guys are legends in the metal scene, so it's just like, oh my god, that's Cannibal Corpse.
I don't really
Everyone's just been kind of cool?
Yeah. We know a good handful of the bands already from just touring or meeting them somewhere. Exhumed and Goat Whore, obviously, are two of the bands that we've done stuff with before in the past the most. But we did some stuff with the Faceless, and I know between the Buried and me, at least two of the guys from a long time ago when I was in Malevolent Creation.
Oh, yeah.
And we did kind of like a bowling alley tour with them. Just tripped out.
Did you play in a bowling alley? Or?
Yeah, we were doing bowling alleys.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
It was like a take on the stupid ball pop tour.
It wasn't like, not every show was in a bowling alley, but, most of them were. Because Ash was booking that tour back then.
Okay.
Crazy going on, yeah.
What do you guys do in between sets? Just kind of chill, do the media stuff like this, or?
Well, yeah, we just do whatever the fuck we feel like doing. So,
the brand new album, Torture, very awesome, by the way. I think it's incredibly brutal, and I love it. Encased in Concrete, one of my favorites. Did everything come together really well in the studio, or did you have some issues here and there with songs?
Yeah, we did have a lot of issues during recording the guitars, especially because tuning issues, we tune really low, and then having issues with guitars staying in tune. I actually had a brand new U.S. custom Dean guitar that the neck snapped one night in the studio. We were working on getting the tone ready to record, to track the next day.
Yeah.
And Eric was all happy. He was like, wow, this guitar sounds great. We're ready to record tomorrow when we get in. And then he came into the studio in the morning and noticed that the neck, right from the headstock to the fretboard, snapped almost clean off. So I had to get a repair guy that does excellent repair work, re-glue it and, fix it. But unfortunately, I didn't get to use the guitar on the record because of that.
Oh, damn.
So, yeah, and then just even, what kind of strings we were using and just all kinds of shit.
Every single thing that could go wrong was basically going wrong.
Yeah, it was a challenge for sure.
Well, you still pulled out an amazing album, regardless of all that.
Yeah, we got there to where we wanted to eventually, but it did take a lot of time. There were a couple days where we didn't get any work done because of certain things, one of Eric's monitors, one of the speakers blew up when they were trying a new pre or something. I don't know exactly what happened, but then he had to order a new speaker for his monitor, and then the one that they sent was not working. And,
well, you felt like the studio was pretty much cursed.
Yeah, it was a challenge, but we got through it.
Yeah, you guys have been around for 25 years. How have you managed to not kill each other? Some bands always, stay together for a long time, and some bands 10 years, no, we're done with everything. Do you guys do your own projects?
Being professional and, giving everybody their space, knowing how everybody is, and basic respect. You go as far as you want.
Do you have any advice for new or up-and-coming bands at all?
Yeah, play some fucking original heavy shit and quit ripping us off.
And that is the perfect way to end the interview. Stop ripping off Cannibal Corpse. Get your own.
I mean, it is it's cool to feel the respect from a lot of bands, how they say, oh, you're a main influence, but try and keep it original.
Yeah.
I don't like hearing shit like, oh, well, that's a riff off of one of our songs.
Yeah, when you can plainly hear the song.
Yeah,
and
you're
oh,
borrowing something and putting it into your thing. But we do that with Slayer, so fair is fair, right?
Well, it's always a good testament to a band when they say, this band's my influence, and you're like, I can't even really hear it.
I understand it. It's hard for a band to get that out of their influence if it's so ingrained into their style, like how it is for Slayer with me. There's only so much Slayer I could get out of my influence because I just love the bands.
Well, you grew up listening to them forever.
I think we're doing a pretty good job of keeping it a Cannibal Corpse sound, though, not like, oh, well, that sounds like this riff in a Slayer song.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of similarities, but I think we have our own sound established over the years.
Oh, definitely. You also have album covers established, too.
Yeah,
Everyone remembers the old ones.
Thing, I think of it like how Iron Maiden you see an Iron Maiden album cover and you know it's Iron Maiden. And that's kind of the thing that we have going with Vince Locke now, and it's definitely special.
Well, everyone remembers Tomb of the Mutilated. I will never forget that in my entire life.
My favorite's Butchered at Birth, but I'm really happy with Torture, I'm way happier with Torture than the two before it. Evisceration Plague was cool. I could have went gorier with it, but, it is what it is. But Torture's really cool.
Did you have any songs that didn't make it on the album?
No. We used all 12. I mean, the original plan was that we were going to write 5 songs apiece amongst Pat and Alex and me. But after my 3rd song, I had started a 4th song, the music. Mm-hmm. But we only had about a week left before we were flying to Texas to start tracking. So I just decided to, just stop writing and then just practice the 12 songs that we had. That's enough for an album.
Yeah, you don't need more than 12.
Yeah, I didn't want to overdo it and be tracking a song that we just got down tight right in the studio at that time.
Well, it's always annoying when the label comes back out, a special edition version of Cannibal Corpse with 2 extra songs. I'm like, well, they should have just put that in the album.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was kind of the plan, if we would have each came up with 5 songs. Alex wrote 5, and they're all on the record, and Pat wrote 4, I wrote 3. Mm-hmm. And if Pat or I would have gotten a few more songs done, then we might have saved those to put out like that. Just pick the best 12 out of the 15 songs or whatever, but we didn't get that far. So.
Well, the 12 you got still blew my mind.
I'm fine with using all the material that's written, like saving stuff is kind of weird, just put it all out.
Well, the albums that people write, the bands write, it's a snapshot in their lives, so it's kind of weird to go back to it and try and incorporate it in a different album, right?
Yeah, well, it depends on how long the time frame is between releases. If you release something shortly after and it's from the same recording, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you're saving it until like a decade later, that's kind of weird,
It's going to sound a little different.
Oh, yeah, we found these hidden songs from the vault or some shit.
Yeah. Well, Rob, thank you very much for sitting down with me today, and I cannot wait to see your set today.
All right, cool.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
You are free to go run amok.
Awesome.
It was just for me. It tasted for me.